RMJ Movie Reviews back again with an on-the-fly movie review of Kong, Skull Island. Well, of course, like I always do, I gotta give you the quick RMJ movie review rewind of my history. King Kong, in the 80s when I was a little kid, and we all know syndicated television and was a big thing back then and throughout the early 90s. A lot of kind of the local shows that I used to watch back in my hometown used to rerun a lot of those classic with quotation mark King Kong movies. So I used to watch the one I remember right offhand was King Kong versus Godzilla with them rolling down the hill and all that. And I really remember that movie being like really awesome. But then again, that was when I saw it when I must have been maybe 6 or 7 years old. And I rewatched some clips again recently, and it's really not awesome. But that's okay. The nostalgia still wins out. And I had seen a little bit of the black and white movie. I had never ever seen the Jeff Bridges, Jessica Lange one from the early 80s, like never. And even to this day, I've never seen that film. I've only seen like little clips of it, maybe like flipping through the channels, but I've never seen that film ever. I did see the 2000, I think 5, I think that was I saw the 2006 remake reboot film with Adrian Brody, and I don't even remember. I think Jack Black was in it. I don't even remember who else was in that movie. All I remember was I just transferred to a 4-year university, and I was working at a Regal Cinemas when that thing came out. And all I remember was how that thing. I just remember it was like the worst experience having to clean all those movie theaters because it was like Narnia was out, King Kong was out. And I think there might have been a Harry Potter that was out at that time. And I just remember those people were pigs who were in those theaters, man. But I remember one night, I was curious because I remember watching like I was telling you, the King Kong vs. Godzilla movies or whatever growing up. So I stayed one night after my shift, because my shift ended early, to watch the 2006 King Kong reboot. And my God, was that the biggest mistake of my life, because that show started at 10:50 at night, and that was how much I loved movies. I was like, okay, because all the sheets in the box office have the run times. I didn't check the run time of that thing, so I went. My God, I don't think I got out of that thing until, oh God, it felt like it. I mean, what was it? 11, 12, 1. It was like 2:30 in the morning. Like it was closing time. Like, oh God, it was so long. I didn't hate that movie. It just, oh God, man. Like when they're going to the island on the boat, that's an hour of the movie. They literally take you as if they're going on the boat in real time. Like when they go to Jurassic Park, dun, 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 and then they're there. No. In the King Kong 2006 movie, they literally are on that boat for an hour. Oh my God, man. The best part of that movie was when the bugs, like, the giant bugs graphically kill the guys. I love that scene. And when the one bug ate the dude's head, that was gross. But other than that, I found the movie, I mean, it was okay, but it was so long. It was so long. I could never, ever, ever watch it ever again after that. I never forgot how painfully long it was. So I've never seen that movie since the first time I watched it ever. So going into this movie, I had zero expectations. I just did not care at all. All I was thinking was, why are they making a King Kong movie? I don't care. And so that was my mindset coming into this movie. I read all the reviews where people said the characters are paper thin and everybody's in a different movie, and John whatchamacallit, how could I forget his name? I've been watching him for years, from Boogie Nights and Step Brothers. They were saying how he's playing the right tone. I just did not care at all. Look, the movie was, Kong Skull Island was alright. It was a decent time waster. All the stuff with Kong, awesome. Kong himself was awesome. I mean, basically, what I call this movie is a hybrid of, you know what, let me tell you. all the character development and all that, it's trash and it's garbage, and the characters aren't well developed. But we expected that. Why is anybody even surprised about that? Who cares? So, does it deliver on an action excitement level? Okay, like I said, all the Kong stuff and the creature stuff is great. Kind of the action stuff with the humans, the humans being kind of involved with the action and creatures, it's okay. Um, the chases aren't like suspenseful or like, and I look at it from that perspective. Like, it is the action when the humans come up against the creatures. Is it exciting and heart pumping and suspenseful like in Jurassic Park, the first movie from 1993? Because digressing, Jurassic Park, the first movie, was an adrenaline rush, and it had suspenseful scares when the humans were running from the dinosaurs. You don't get that here. Kind of more the interactions. Now there's maybe one gag where there's. I'm just gonna tell y'all, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is paper thin. You watch this movie, you've seen it 100 million times. It doesn't do what you've seen before. In a heart-pumping, thrilling, more exciting way. No, it doesn't. It does it in a very B movie. And I'm going to tell you a movie that I would compare Kong Skull Island to, so you can get what I'm talking about. I would absolutely, hands down, compare Kong Skull Island to Anaconda with Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube. And not even the first Anaconda. I would compare it to the second film. If anybody even remembers that movie called Anacondas, I think it was The Hunt for the Black Orchard. I can't. It had some subtitle. I've only seen that corny movie. Anaconda, the first one, I like, digressing. Anaconda's The Hunt for the Black Orchard, or whatever that trash was called. I only saw it once. The only thing I ever remember liking about that movie was I thought the score for it was pretty cool. But unfortunately, Kong Skull Island is a direct cousin of Anaconda's The Hunt for Black Orchard, or whatever that movie was called. The characters, there's many characters just like it in that movie, and they're just as paper thin and generic. They try to have comedic beats. None of the comedic beats are funny except when they come from the dude from Step Brothers, who I know his name. He was in The River Wild. I've been watching this dude for years, and for some reason I'm just drawing a blank on his name right now. He was also in what's the movie with Tom Cruise? Magnolia. He was in that too. The Raining Frogs. He's the only one who hits the notes. John Goodman, wasted. Tom Middleton, Loki, totally wasted. This is my thing. They got him in action hero mode. He's got the tight shirt on. He's got the little, the 170-pound, skinny man muscles jumping off. He's got his holster and his gun. I'm thinking this dude is about to go into action John McClane mode. Nope. He pretty much most of the time kind of just looks cool. Are we going to get a scene where, some kind of creature, jumps on the girl and he jumps on the back of the creatures and sticks his gun to the creature's head and blows his brains out? Or he does a Vasquez from Aliens and pins the creature's head up against the tree and just shoots his brains out? Nah, man, you don't get none of that, man. You get, one moment where, he, slices through, but it doesn't even look cool and it's not exciting. It just, So pretty much the entire cast, the two guys from what's the name? Straight Outta Compton, they're both wasted. Samuel L. Jackson is pretty much kind of, Sam Jackson is just doing his thing. I don't blame any of the vets of the cast. If there's anybody in this movie who I'm maybe would be a little bit harder on, it'd be the younger groups of the cast, because I would have hoped that they would have pushed a little bit harder. But hey, it is what it is. They making their money. Do you think, guys? No hating, just a fan critiquing. That's all. But the one thing I will say that gives this movie a little bit more, gives it more points, is the Vietnam backdrop. I thought that was a really good idea. and they go to like a lot of the countries, like in Saigon and all that kind of stuff. And that Vietnam backdrop, I really do like. I think that gives it a lot more points. And I will say, in the beginning half of the movie, I thought Samuel L. Jackson was pretty good. Then about halfway through the movie, they decided to turn him into Samuel L. Jackson from what was the movie he did where he was harassing the interracial couple? Oh my God, how did I forget the name of that movie? But yeah, he turns into that halfway through, and it's just like, and his motivation gets lost, and it just. But I will say the creatures in it were pretty cool. And oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys, it was a spider creature. And that scene was pretty cool. And then there's like a really cool water buffalo thing that, I mean, that stuff is cool. Like I said, all the creature stuff is cool. The human to monster action is okay. But it's kind of really more exciting when you're just seeing the creatures fight each other. That stuff is a lot better. The jokes all fall flat. So really, I'd give it the creature on creature fighting and the Vietnam backdrop. That's really the only thing the movie's got going for it. But outside of those, you're looking at Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Diamond or Blood Orchard or whatever. I mean, it's almost exactly a carbon copy of that movie. I swear to God, y'all. As in, that movie was kind of more riddled with lesser known actors, and this is an A-list cast. It's exactly, you're switching out Kong monsters versus anacondas. They're this exact same movie, and exactly both equally generic. So it's a decent time waster. I caught a matinee show. I wasn't excited about seeing this thing, but again, I love film and movies so much that I just had to go see something. That's really about all I can say about it. It's okay. Shut your brain off. I wasn't even disappointed by it because I knew after I heard some faithful YouTube reviewers who guys who I love, I already knew what it was gonna be. So, it's up to you guys if you want to see it. You can probably tell from my body language and reaction that it's up to you. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and ding-a-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling, hit the bell, and leave comments down below about Kong, Skull Island, your history with King Kong, and and whether Hollywood should just give up and just please focus on something original. Just make original content if that's just too much to ask. Apparently it is. RMJ Movie Reviews, I'll see you soon.